Hello and welcome back to BF fans. As always, this is your guides, tips, tricks and techniques to play this game and go and beyond. If you happen to be a senior player, please have some popcorn and have a cold beverage, enjoy yourselves here. And if you happen to have questions or answers to be able to help our little ones, just leave it down in the comment below, because that will just assist them to grow larger. Because what's the point of the game? To keep growing and keep grinding. Anyway, if you happen to be new to the channel, thank you very much for joining us here, going through this journey with me as I journey this with you, and I share my experiences and what I learn and what I know to be able to give you guys the ultimate experience for this game. Let's go straight into it. These are more updated videos, which I did promise you guys from earlier videos that I will keep up and try to keep going with that, so then you guys are on top of things that are happening on a more regular or daily basis. But that's actually a lot tougher, but I will make that attempt. In here, we do know Season 5 is coming. We've got about 9 days left from this video count, so hopefully this will be out sooner, but we have 9 days left before Season 5 starts. And as always, they do little tip things in the side here to achieve it, so that way you have a more really wow experience when you go into season. But let me make this clear, just because you're small or you're medium or you're big, or if you have no money to go into this, it's not a big deal. Don't take this first dawn of the season that seriously. It's really for those who have the type of money to put into it, and those who really are striving to gain that really first step in entrance, because reality is, stepping in at that very first stage is really important, of scoring those big points and getting multiple rewards, and ultimately getting into a really good clan very early in the game, because seasonals is all about spending money. It's all about your wallet. The more money you have, the better you do. That really truly is what seasonal is. If you've got money to spend and you've got money to spare, you can perform very well. However, I want to let you know that I already made an in-depth video about seasonal events on my previous experiences and tips and guides that will let you walk through it, because all seasonal events actually are very similar. They're very similar, with a few tweaks here and there, and of course there'll be new artifacts, possibly new captains, but they'll let us know as it gets closer to the next season. All right, guys? So I want you to be aware, so you know about this. If you go to the main TBF channel, look for best methods to seasonal, and in that video, it'll give you a very in-depth details of what you need to do when you're in seasonal, especially for those who've never done it before. It's a great video to check out, and it'll give you some guidance to save more money, because that's how I tend to plan. That's kind of way I want to you guys approach this, to save more money, but playing at a really high level. So watch that video, use that as your guide for season. And if you have questions, leave comments in there and I will reply back to you. So don't worry. This one here again is leading up to the next season. Okay, let's go straight back to the video now, right? If you go to your tournament listing, you'll see an event which is referred as the Dawn of the Season. Now, Dawn of the Season, as I said, we've got about 9 days left before this event kicks off, and really is, long story short, you need to have G5 guards to be able to open your seasonal pass. That is the bare minimum requirement to get in. Once you get in there, you better earn really nifty rewards, which allows you a really good starter, which is the whole idea of the Dawn of the Season, before you step in, to give you these bonuses. A lot of you are not going to get first place. It's very hard to get there, and these guys are spending a lot and playing hardcore. Okay, so don't worry too much of getting in the top 100. It's not too important, but let me walk you through. So let's go through at least the top 3, yeah? First one, if you happen to be the champion of the Dawn, you get plus 200% to your army strength, plus 7 help from allies for troop training, plus 7 help from allies from construction in the city, plus 7 help from allies for technology research, and plus 25% for your leadership, authority, and dominance. And of course, this will be effective to the seasonal kingdom and to the end of the season. That is absolutely amazing. Now, this has actually been going on for all the seasonal events, actually, for especially those who are new. This happens at the very beginning, and even when it gets near to the end, when people start leaving, there are actually other bonuses to earn more gifts and rewards to still continue as it lingers on a little bit extra as the season finishes. But that's another story as we get to that, and I will share videos when we come closer to that time. Okay, guys? So moving on to second rank, which is of course, the Legend of the Dawn. You get plus 175% to army strength, plus 7 help from allies for troop training, plus 7 help from allies from construction in the city, plus 7 help from allies for technology research, and plus 22% to leadership, authority, and dominance, effective to the seasonal and to the end of the season. And last of all, for ranked third place, which is Hero of the Dawn, you get plus 150% to army strength, plus 7 help from allies from troop training, plus 7 help from allies for construction in the city, plus 7 help from allies for technology research, and plus 19% to leadership, authority, and dominance, again to the end of the season. Now, of course, know that this is for the top 100 players prior to Season 5. So this actually gives you an opportunity to still step in there, but it can be very hard. Know that usually most people who are in this are already at a very high level, and so expect to be challenging some pretty tough nut guys when they play into this. Look at this for example, guys, right? I've got people here who are pretty much almost level 500, and you're gonna have those who are already whoopee at level 500, which is the max for the meantime, if I'm correct here. And you're gonna find a lot of these guys already are kicking in hard and getting as many points. It's not easy to get into rank. The lowest amount, especially in my category, like I'm at the bottom, I'm actually not even in rank, but you can see the point scoring here is really tough to get in, and you got players here at 300 plus. Now, especially for the dawn of the season and leading up to this, right? You're going to be categorized in your own group and your range, and that's going to determine who you're going to go up against. But every range you're going up against, it's going to have those top tier players, and you're just not going to get there. So I repeat myself, don't focus so much on worrying about that. It's not a big deal. If you get in, and that's good for you. But if you don't, that's not really the big deal, because what you should really be focusing on is preparation, knowing what you should do prior. Now, you can't do anything while you're in the kingdom, not with seasonal. Seasonal really does start when you actually start the season event from day 1. It is so important that you get yourselves in there quickly, get yourself a gold pass, buy the necessary packages to give you guys a rolling chance in being able to compete properly in seasonal. And very almost extremely important that you have to remember, unlike your normal kingdom events where you got the trade route tournament, unfortunately it does not exist through seasonal. No, my friends, mercs are achieved by packages. You have to buy everything through packages. So things like this, they'll still have packages to purchase, they'll all be there, but you need to go through literally buying mercs as a priority. And this is a part where I said before, depending how hardcore you are, it really is depending how hardcore and what you're trying to achieve as your end result for your main account, you really need to consider start buying mercs in this. And there'll be different packages you can buy in there during the 3 months you're inside there. But most important above anything is to make sure that you have a gold pass, because if you don't have a gold pass, I'll tell you this right now, guys, you're not gonna go far at all. In season, think about having premium setup as well. As you guys know, it doesn't cost too much to put premium setup, but things like Greg Archaeologist, because you want to have your kata at a high level, people will be looking out for those players that actually have a strong kata collecting crypts at level 25 and above in one shot, because these are the players you want to gain more chess. It's very heavily chess orientated, very heavily orientated in getting a gold pass, very heavily orientated in competing in every single tournament possible. But don't forget that just because you're playing inside seasonal, that your main kingdom, main account still needs your help. You need to support your clan. You got to be there for your members, because if you're not there to assist, then there won't be anyone there to be able to, well, let's say, hold the fort and to maintain your clan as a whole, right? You need to support your leader. You need to support your supers. You need to support your officers, your veteran, so you need to support your clan. So don't forget that when you're down seasonal, even though it's fun, there's a lot of things to do and there's requirements that you have to meet, don't forget about your clan members back home, because they need your support first, and that's a priority, guys. So as an FYI from experience, trust me, do that. You're gonna save yourself a lot of grief, okay? All right, guys, now, as I said before, it's extremely important to remember that, like I said very clearly, seasonal is all about paying out of pocket. If you don't have the currency, if you don't have the muley to be able to compete, do not, I repeat, do not go into seasonal if you're not ready to spend money. These 3 months will take so much money out of you depending how serious you are. But if you follow my video, it will get you the right direction that you need to be to spend as little as possible to get the highest results. So check that video out later when you have the chance. Now, going back to what I was trying to say before, preparation is important. Now, when you get in there, you actually, depending on how they want to set up, because some of the seasons were a little bit different, you must remember to look at your total advantage, total development, and starter packages. You may, well, if not may, you probably will have to get them all. And this is essentially your beginning steps of really playing properly. Now, for those who are brand new, this rule also applies for those who are starting in your kingdoms. These 3 packages are truly the 3 main packages you must buy besides the gold pass to really compete properly. You do this, you're on your way on the right direction, and seasonal will require it because it needs these to kickstart you in the right direction. After that, your big focus needs to be on Carter, right? Now, Carter is by far, as you're gonna know, he is an excellent captain, but even more important seasonal because they're gonna need you to meet your requirements. You won't be able to use artifacts like the torch. I don't think you'll be able to even, Olympus won't even be available in seasonal, I doubt, but we'll find out when we get in there ourselves and check it out, yeah? But make sure your equipment is high gear, make sure your Carter is high level. You constantly focus on Carter. Make sure you focus on having Amator because Amator is going to be used in major tournaments. Ragnarok is going to be a big one that's going to be in there continuously. So focus on her, focus on Carter, focus on focus on Dustin. Focus on Dustin because you're going to be earning CP. These are things that are going to be involved, especially in the tournaments that are going to be in seasonal. But you need to be focused on particular captains. You know, have Cleo, focus on Cleo. Maybe even think about using the captains you earn in there, which is a Beowulf or Skady, to keep it in your account then seasonal, so then you can perform better. You need to think cleverly at first before you get in there how you want to perform, but mostly I would say the biggest focus here, make sure you have Amator, Cleo, Beowulf, Skady, and look into characters like, of course, Storr, Dustin, form better. So they're your main captains that you should be looking at before in preparation when you get into seasonal, because you need to be on your top game when you're in there. They're gonna require a lot. Now, there's not much more I can really say into seasonal actually opens up, but I hope this has been some helpful insight in preparations in getting you in there for seasonal. Now, again, guys, I advise you, please go back, check out Best Methods to Seasonal. That's a video that I've already done where I've walked through there and actually talked about my own experiences and really good guidance of how much you can spend achieving your ultimate level for a little price. So go in there, check it out, it will help you out, and it will give you good tips because again, I'm sorry guys, seasonal is all about money. If you don't have the muley, don't go into it. Now, as always, if you happen to enjoy this, leave a like, subscribe, put a comment down below. If you share the same type of collab, reach out to me. I'd love to put a Zoom call with you and we can collab together. And as always, stay tuned for the next episode of TBF. I'll see you again next time. Bye now.